online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
I like the lights that they have going.
I know, I'm loving it.
Hey guys, it is your squad with you for AfterBuzz TV's after show for Vanderpump Rules. Hey, tonight we're covering season 4, episode 17, Beach Please. And we're just jamming to a little Down in the DM.
Random song to
I
choose.
know,
Right in the
right?
DM.
But I'm not complaining, I like it.
I don't like it. I'm trying to pretend I do. I was trying to be like, yeah, I'm so into this song, but I hated it. I think it's annoying.
I kind of like it. Is
I
that
love
weird?
it.
I
This
just
is
love that
my
it says
jam.
DM. I'm all about the DM.
This is my jam. Well, speaking of DM, we booked tonight's guest through DM.
Hey, we actually really did that.
Yeah.
You guys, if you're not watching and only listening, we're going to reveal our secret special guest right here, right now. It's Jessie Montana.
Not Hannah Montana.
Not to be
Jessie Montana.
Not to be confused.
So we are going to ask this man all the questions you... Woo! Yes!
Thank you so much.
Yes.
But we're going to ask him everything you want to know, all the dirt behind the scenes. I am your host tonight, Megan Stecher. You guys can tweet me at Megan Stecher. Jessie, where can they tweet you, doll?
You can tweet me at the Jessie Montana. That's the JESSE Montana.
Perfect.
And you can find me on Twitter at Justine DiVanna3 and on Instagram at Let's Face It with Justine.
And lucky last, you can find me at Dan Babic and then on the Twitter at Dan Babic with an underscore as well.
Everybody says the Twitter, the
Twitter, the tweet. I love it.
Oh my God. Well, you guys will be happy to know that Dan has promised to not hold back, even though we do have a cast member in house tonight. So hold on to your hats, people.
Do you know what? I'm actually so worried that I'm like, because I've actually never had a fight with a guest on air. And we obviously really vibed last time. I'm like, oh my, I've got to feel like, I hope we don't. Because I'm like, because you've got to be 100% honest with what you say. I always say, if you say something behind someone's back, then you should be able to say it to this, to their face. And I always say, if you're going to be a bitch, then own it. Be a bitch. Don't be two-faced and don't do that. So I am going to dish the dirt on your best friends, but it's all in good fun and
Bring it on, baby.
Bring it on, baby. Yes.
All right. Well, let's get to the start of the show. So the girls are lingerie shopping. Contrived. But Sheena mentioned she's like trying to get, back in the friend zone with Ariana. Ariana's really not feeling the lingerie shopping. She's not enjoying. And Katie mentioned she still has not had sex with Tom.
Since the engagement?
Yes.
Ever? Even through Hawaii?
I know. Well, definitely not in Hawaii. And still not. So I guess she picks up a little something to try to get the excitement going.
He's just shaking his head.
I mean,
Do you know what I feel?
you do it when you
no
do it,
words.
right? You get it on when you're in the mood. I guess you gotta feel the feels.
But I guess they never are. That's not really a good sign.
I've got a feeling that the opposite of what I thought was going to happen is going to happen tonight. We're going to get you in trouble because we're going to get on
I
a
always get in
rampage.
trouble on AfterBuzz. Always.
Yeah.
I always end up with the dunce cap. I'm not joking.
Oh, wait, so
funny.
what happens when you get in trouble? Like people, like your friends are texting you, like, what did you just say?
I mean, the last few times it's really been with the Stassi stuff.
Okay.
I told myself I wasn't gonna say the S word, but I just did. But
Well,
it's just
good thing.
I had my
she
girl
was-
Sheena's back, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
And it ended up getting me in trouble twice in a row.
Okay.
Third time's a charm. Hopefully we'll make it out alive.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
This is fun. Well, oh my God. So I've had conversations with girlfriends about like moving in with a guy and having sex less. I mean, but this is like none for them.
Yeah. I mean, coming from you, since you actually know them and were with them and hang out with them, is this like they never like go off and sneak out in the corner and like we'll be right back and get it on? It just doesn't happen that you notice?
I mean, I definitely I love them together. I love the concept of them together. I just
The concept.
The concept, yeah.
no, I really do. They're
Yeah.
super. Like
Yeah.
I love Schwartz. He's such a great guy. They're amazing. And you know, for me, I feel like the only thing I can do is relate it to my past relationships. You know, when you hit that 4, 5, 6 year mark, you got to work a little bit harder. You know, it ain't just gonna happen on its own. So you got to spice things up, and you got to make it work. And I'm not gonna lie, like the cast and I, we have late nights, not early mornings, if you will. And I know I'm barely functioning. You know, I get ambitious myself. I try to get it on at that hour, and I tell myself again and again, never again, because it's not an exciting thing to come out of. You're like, I thought that would be better than it was, but the raw, hard truth is, it was really messy.
And how do you go in real life with it all? Because I'm just going to say exactly what I think, and I'm not going to apologise. I always think that would be my worst nightmare, having to be in that friendship group. I love to watch it, but I'm exhausted at the end of the show. I'm just like, there is just too much drama. It's too frivolous. I couldn't think of anything worse. What is it like? Is it as much drama in real life as it is on the show?
I mean, yeah, when we got done filming the season, it was nauseatingly real. You know, like it doesn't even stop. Like it hasn't stopped. And I mean, I guess I can just say,
do you guys like it though? Do you guys you kind of love that drama in your life and keep things interesting?
I don't know, you know, I don't know if some people forget that when the cameras are off, the cameras actually are off, and you're still dealing with real emotions, real hearts, and real people that are actually human. Yeah. You know, I don't know. But it's very hot and cold. The relationships are all very hot and cold. Very bipolar, and you just can't be surprised. Anything can happen, you know. If you think you know, you have no idea.
And I think I think the thing is that, you know, we're just seeing it all on TV, but in our everyday lives, people have fights, people argue, like a lot of shit goes down. So I just think that it's different when we're actually seeing it like on national television.
Right. And I mean, also too, in everybody's defense, we're only seeing on a week-to-week basis like little morsels of what's actually happening. It's all edited, and you know, there's so much more that happens than just the one scene that everybody sees. So people definitely got to remember that. But I mean, people consistently say again and again and again while I'm like bringing my crispy chicken out to the table, you know, running off to pop open a bottle of champagne, they're like, is the drama real? Is it real? You can be real with me. And I'm like, baby, I'm real. 100%. But it's real.
Do they even notice you? Because you aren't on the show that much. Yeah. Like, we're kind of like, where's Jessie? Like, you're in the background. Like, do people recognize you because you are on the show so little?
Funny enough, I'm shocked because, you know, I remember telling you guys when we did the first after show of the season premiere, actually, you know, there were a lot of questions, but it's like I was blindfolded going into this experience. And, you know, obviously I've worked for Lisa for a long time prior to even filming, but doing the actual show itself was a blindfolded experiment for me. You know, I came on as Sheena's best friend and came out in a completely different mindset, you know, but at the end of the day, it's real. It's very real, and you don't know what's going to end up on the cutting room floor, and it's really interesting. It's hard to explain. You know, so when you're filming a scene, it's really hard to explain.
Do you feel like there was a lot of stuff you filmed this season and you're like, hey, where was I? What the hell?
It's all very interesting. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that I filmed that I haven't seen make it, which is fine, you know. It is what it is. But also, you still have like lost footage coming up. Who knows what's going to happen on lost footage and blah 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 blah. I don't even know. But aside from that, it is interesting. You know, you're watching your show play out on you're watching your life play out on national television. It reminds me of this book I read when I was in high school called Rules of Attraction, and it basically was like college from 3 perspectives. So it's the same parties, the same drama, the same happenings from 3 different perspectives. And watching the show now, it's really bizarre because it's exactly that. It's like, oh, well, yeah, this was my whole summer, but damn, this is what was happening when I wasn't invited to go do that.
Yeah.
And this is what was happening when I turned my back. And you know what I mean? All this stuff. Yeah. And even in some of, you know, my castmates' defense, you know, some of the drama that was going down in their personal lives, I didn't even know was happening because they didn't confide in me. So to watch that on camera is shocking, A, and B, it's disappointing that I wasn't confided in. Yeah, you know, as close as I am with with a good majority of the cast.
That's like crazy. I didn't even think about it until you just said that. Like, there's so much that you look in like different perspectives that happen that you don't even know, and that's probably for even the main cast too. They watch and they're like, oh my god, like that's what was happening during
It's
that
a mind
time.
trip. I feel like I'm in fucking time warp zone. Or
When
something.
you say that, are you referring to like Sheena and Shay's problems? Like you didn't know that was all happening?
Yeah, a little bit of that. Like, I mean, just there's so much that happened. I mean, as you guys know, through this whole season, it's been such a rocky ride. But seeing it all play out, you know, even things that had happened with James, you know, between James and his, you know, and just little things like that, watching it all go down. Like, I love James to death. He's like my brother. So to watch him go through these different things, it's really, really fascinating. Because, you know, you're not always going to run to your friends and tell them everything, but then you watch it on national television.
Yeah,
So
it's crazy.
it's a bizarro formulation.
Let's jump into more James. So James is all excited in the beginning of the episode. He's making a CD for Pump that Lisa and Ken, of all people, are funding.
Woo!
I feel like they're also excited to like get Max in on the action because Max is like playing some instrumentals on there. So like, yes, perfect. Like, let's get some business going for our son.
Because let's be honest, Max has not got much going on. Like,
He's actually really talented, though. I will tell you that.
Really?
We filmed my concert at the Mint.
okay.
And
There we
Lisa
go.
showed up.
Yeah.
The whole cast came. The only one that didn't show up was Kristen. And Max was asked the day before my show to actually play guitar.
Okay.
On one of my originals, and I freaked out because I was like, I need to be prepared, and I'm like, this is A, national television, B, it's a big deal, C, it's a live show. So long story short, through a series of events, he ends up pulling through, and he blew my mind. He really did. It was absolutely incredible. He's super talented. We've talked about, you know, collaborating again in the near future, and he has a track on James's Pump album that's actually, I think it's out now or coming out soon.
Okay.
But
Spoiler
Max-
alert!
spoiler
the album
alert.
got made. The
But,
album
I
got
don't know if I'm allowed
made.
to say that. Sorry if I'm not, but
Spoiler alert!
Is that
whatever. I'll promote my friends.
is that bad that that makes me happy that, you know, we didn't think really Max had anything going on, like not even in a mean way, but that makes me happy that this is Lisa's show. It's all about her, and she's not making it about her son because she could easily use this show to promote her son.
Right.
And she's not, and I kind of like that.
She's a smart businesswoman. She knows what she's doing. But at the end of the day, like, Max's light will not be dimmed. He's very talented, and he's actually a really awesome guy. So I'm happy he's getting a lot more airtime this season. And I'm also happy that, you know, people will see his talent because he really is. It's like, Max is super, super talented.
And he's
blew me
a
away.
tender soul, doesn't
He's
he?
a tender soul.
Damn, you didn't know. I told you.
I love him.
I told you.
I'm just being honest, but I honestly do think it's all a big fat joke. Like when you do talk about it, like, you know, like James's Pump album and all of that, like it can't be taken too seriously. Like he isn't.
Well, no, but not because it's electronic music. Like I don't think it's that serious, but.
But I was so glad to see him actually get really upset and emotional about it because about time, because he is. Like, he's been a bit of a dickhead during the season.
Let me tell you why he got so emotional. Because he's the white fucking Kanye West.
I was just gonna say that.
I want everyone's opinion on that. Were you like laughing, dying when you heard him say that about himself?
You know, James is my brother. I love him to death. He'll shock me, annoy me, make me love him. Like, I feel 50 shades of emotion with him whenever I'm with him, and it's a good thing. Overall, it's actually a really good thing because I know the real James, which unfortunately a lot of people don't. And that's why people, you know, within this inner circle, they keep questioning me. They want me to side with sides, and it's like I just keep saying, like, I am gonna do me, and you're not gonna stop me from doing me. Show me the real you, show me you, and I will have your back. And that's what James has done with me. That's what Faith has done with me. Lala's done that with me. Jax, you know, Brittany, and it's like and Ariana and Tom even, you know what I mean? Like, they're all real as fuck, and I appreciate that 100%.
Like that one night, I remember telling everybody that I ended up going to an event with Faith, and then I ended up running into you and talking about how James, a lot of people don't see the real him. I don't know him. I met him twice, but it's funny you say that because I could see where you're coming from when I saw him drunk. And then the next night he was sober, completely different person. The way he was just genuinely saying I'm sorry to me, like, it was crazy. And I said this before, and it was just like...
It's black and white, honestly. You will literally be redeemed by the actual James that I fell in love with. And he's actually extremely talented. He can whip a track out in 15 minutes, and the beat's actually good. It's not some, like, MIDI, like, keyboard BS. It's like legit stuff. You
Mm.
know, Kanye, side note, he just dropped his Kanye West remix of Fade on SoundCloud.
I'm sure
so
it's
you can check
going
it out.
up the charts as we speak.
It's going up the charts. Thank you very much.
next
James
Kanye West,
tweeted
yeah,
it.
for
Duh.
sure.
Do you think James is the next Kanye West? That's the real question.
Definitely.
Or is the
Yes.
Kanye West?
I don't know if you necessarily want to model your life after Kanye. He's very talented.
No, really,
Is
though.
he the
James is
most
more
loved
than that. James
person?
can do better than Kanye,
I don't know.
I reckon.
I think that
Yeah.
he could I don't know, but Kanye.
I'm not a
Kanye.
fan of Kanye, so.
I like the Yeezys though. I want them shoes.
Why is everyone so in love with these
Yeah, I
damn
don't-
shoes
I
when he's
love- I
want
making
the
such
shoes,
an
yeah.
idiot out
I
of them?
literally
Why?
love them. I don't know why. I just love them. Maybe
The
it's good
look?
marketing, right? The look's great. The black on blacks are cute. The whites are cute.
I'm gonna give it the
I was on
whatever.
set doing Aaron Carter's next music video that's about to be released.
Who?
And
Aaron
Aaron
Carter.
Carter. He
Is he back?
demanded. He's having a comeback, and it's amazing.
having
But
a
anyways, long
comeback.
story short,
Oh my
he was demanding Yeezys to be in the video. So it was this
Okay,
whole
okay.
hoopla. But the Yeezys are in the video, and in person, it was the first time I've ever seen like real Yeezys in person. I was like, all right, it was worth the $2,500.
$2,500.
Oh, no, wait, we're
They're
They're
dropping
a hot
that.
commodity.
Dropping the,
They're a hot
the
commodity.
Oh, ain't no sneaker worth that much. Get
No.
outta here.
What?
Let's breeze through some of what happened.
I didn't know it was that much. Holy shit.
Okay,
Right?
so Sandoval gets his butt tattoo laser removed. That looked painful AF. Oh my god. I mean, to see like a grown man be like, oh, I was like, oh baby, that must really hurt.
That's why these two are staying right here. I am
Oh my God.
not even trying to get them removed.
Stassi and Kristen are talking in her Kristen's apartment. Kristen's like, oh, I just have to get you guys in the same room, referring to Katie, thinking that they're gonna make this work. They're gonna get back together somehow. Jax has a combo with Brittany. He says he's not happy. He's not happy about what happened in Hawaii. He's not happy about his job status. He's not happy about what's going on with his friends. And he's also not happy about his relationship, to which Brittany neck snaps.
ding dang.
And she's like, what's wrong with your relationship?
I love it when Brittany neck snaps. It's amazing.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Jax is saying, you know, he's got the, and then he's trying to say he's got the same problems as Shay. I don't really understand how that works out. But
yeah, I didn't get that at all.
he also talks Brittany into bigger boobs. We want to know how Brittany's boobs look because they're covered up. All the pictures.
Incredible.
Good?
Like we go out all the time, and she's the queen of rompers.
Okay.
So like she'll rock a romper out. It's like plunging neckline, and I couldn't be prouder to have my babe on my side. I'm like, we look fucking hot as fuck. Like let's hit the town, and we're hitting every venue.
We want to know the skinny about how Britt feels every morning after the show has aired, because it's like so much going on with Jax.
I mean, you know,
making her look.
she's sweet as pie and I love her to death, and she's human just like me. You know, you watch these things go down, you wonder what's real, what's not, and it's all real, but you just wonder, like, who is it? Like a little game of telephone? Like everything gets misconstrued in this group, you know. But her and Jax have a beautiful thing, you know what I mean? They really do, and they make it through thick and thin so far, and I'm pretty proud of that. They just moved in next door to me, and they're doing great.
But what is she like? But obviously, people are always on their social media, like saying, "How do you like him? How after this?" Like it's not like, oh, he talks shit. Like he's done really messed up stuff. What like she has to feel a certain way or has to say something about it.
Or is she just dumb? Because that's been my theory.
She's definitely not done. She's smart.
Really?
Smart.
See,
She's
I
super
told
sweet.
you.
I
She's
don't believe, because
amazing. She's amazing.
I'm not, you know, I think she's an amazing girl, but I don't think she's that smart. I mean,
No, I
She
told
is.
you
She is.
We
I
have
spent
to-
a lot of time with her. She's a really smart girl, au contraire. And she's a beautiful girl inside and out. She's one of the best girls in the cast, genuinely as a human
I think
being.
she seems genuine.
And she's smart as fuck. She's not stupid. She knows what's up. She knows what's
what
happening.
makes this not, because just as it's just coming across, like
Yeah.
looking from the outside, like, you know, a girl that's moved to LA to be on a
Right.
reality show, gets her tits done, gets a job
Right.
at Hooters, is being a bit hanging out in the Playboy house,
to,
dating a
to make
douche.
it clear, like I've even said from the get-go, even before she started to move here, I was like, don't move here for Jax. And she stressed that she wasn't moving here for Jax, you know, and she has her own life going on. And they're doing really, really great. You know, she obviously didn't watch the show moving into this whole experience.
Do you really believe that though? Because I mean, if you're about to go like get on a show, of course you would watch it.
Yeah.
If someone you're dating, you would definitely like suss it out before
I
you go
do,
on.
but I mean,
Yeah,
that's a
for
lot.
sure.
Of,
Yeah.
That's a lot of episodes to binge watch. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I'm not gonna lie. From the minute she got off got off the road. She met up right with me at Sheena's barbecue for the 4th of July. And in this group of friends, the minute you jump on the wagon, you're on the fucking wagon. Nothing slows down, so there's no time to binge watch as much as you would like. And Vanderpump Rules isn't on Netflix. Shame, shame, shame. So
Really?
with that
It's on
said,
Hulu. It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu, but
you need to get around the Hulu vibe.
But that's a new thing that just started. So maybe Brittany's caught up by now. But I mean, other than that, like, I'm busy and I try to like catch up. I'm like 4 weeks behind on the actual show itself too. It's really, really, really hard. To take. It's an hour-long show. It's an amazing show, and thank God the fans love it. You know, and it's extremely well like done. So
well, the fans are lucky we know what's going on over here because we see it every single week.
Yeah, because what else happened went down in this episode, Megan? Because it was not that...
Oh my God! So Sheena and Shay have a really sad talk. So they're kind of arguing about another night that she's accused him of drinking too much, and then he's basically saying, when you talk to me like that, you make what you're saying, even though these aren't your exact words, what you say to me makes me feel like you're saying I'm drunk, I'm an unemployed loser. And she says to him, my mom told me to marry for money, then love. I did the opposite. So it's just kind of leaving their argument in a sad place, like not showing the resolution. So I mean, as viewers of the show, we're kind of like, whoa, they're just in this constant struggle. Like, nothing's really gotten better as far as he came home after they had the initial problems. But now they're just having these fights kind of week after week. So as viewers, we're really sad for their relationship right now. But is there a hope around the bend, I hope?
You know, all I could say is if you had your gay best friend by your side, things could be different. But ever since she became friends with Stassi and Kristen and Katie Full Throttle, the girls are back in town.
Because I was a Sheena. I remember when you first came on, I always had Sheena's back. But I would say she's probably one of my least favourite characters now. I did laugh.
We both
said that.
We
Yeah,
both
I
have
really,
been on the same page.
really don't like her at all now. I think she's vindictive. I think she's always creating drama. And I think she's just, I actually did laugh at this when she did say, my mum told me to marry for money. I thought that was funny, like making light of, a dark situation. But I'm not a fan. I just think, I've always had her back, but there's always drama. There's always something. There's never a moment where she can just be peaceful, and she always has to create something.
And talking about, how she seems different throughout this season, would you say that a lot of it is cut and pasted to make her seem like this crazy instigator, or is that really? I know she's your friend, but is that really how she is?
Yeah. Because we're not liking her, unfortunately. But I really hate her, actually. I loathe her.
Alright, I don't hate her.
Not hate's a strong word, but
I don't hate her.
really loathe her. To watch her, we don't know what she's like in real life, but as far as a viewer watching her, she's very unlikable at the moment.
I hate her.
Yeah, I mean, the edit is very interesting, I will say that from the get-go. I always thought that her edit was a little interesting. But, I mean, like I said, I'm like 4 weeks behind, so I don't really know how she's been portrayed.
She always seems like she's scheming, and always seems like she's like sitting there laughing behind like all the drama that's being created. And that's like what we've noticed.
Well, she's always like the first to report the gossip. Like, well, Jax told me. So it's kind of like she's been the instigator all along this season.
Yeah, I don't know. We just kind of thought, I know we're just throwing your best friend to the wolves, but we were saying what we think. But you've got so much going on with your husband. Why do you have to create other drama? Like, just focus on your family and getting back to who you truly are. Why are we getting in this person's thing and going in here? Always.
Okay,
I think we're lighting up now, but we're just that's just what we're observing.
But you're saying, like, you and Sheena really aren't as close. Like, the girls are back in town.
Yeah.
Ever since the girls are back in town, I'll just leave it at that. I haven't seen Sheena as much as I would like. It's sad. It really is, because I did actually... I have a lot of love for that girl, and I know the real Sheena, and it's so much better than a lot of the things that people think of her. But yeah, it's sad. It is.
Good. I'm glad that you kind of, like, in a sense, you can't, you don't want to completely throw it to the wolves, but I'm glad you noticed a change, because I know when she was banging Eddie back in the day with the whole Brandi Glanville thing, I always felt sorry for her, because you could see the innocence in there. It was not intentional.
Right.
And like, things were just kind of happening to her. Whereas now, we were saying kind of last week, we believe she's making drama happen. Whereas before it was happening to her. And we're like, you should be wrapped now. There's no more drama. Everything's to be happy. Just focus on your marriage. Bit of a hiccup there, and she seems to be focusing on the frivolous.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I just don't even know.
I just like that you're being honest.
I like that you're being honest. Yeah,
I
it's
like
really
that
good.
you're not like saying anything negative or mean, but I like that you're saying that you guys aren't as close
true,
as you
yeah.
used to, instead of pretending that you
true.
are.
I mean, she'll be the first person to even say it herself. Ever since she started hanging out with the girls, there really isn't any time for other things, and she's going through her own stuff too, which I totally understand.
Yeah.
And I respect. But you know what? I've been going through stuff ever since I walked in on my boyfriend cheating on me with her party planner at her birthday last year. You know,
What?
God,
you know,
yeah.
I guess it just doesn't really matter. You know,
Yeah.
chicks before dicks, right? Even if they're gay.
Yeah.
What?
News and gossip.
Yeah.
Okay, early news and gossip.
So how do you-
Dropping bombs in here, people. Dropping
Totally. Because
bombs.
Jack said on tonight's episode, he's got this big group of people. He's got fame now. He's now got money. He's got a hot girlfriend with upgraded tits.
But he likes to steal sunglasses, supposedly.
And he said, I feel like I've got no one here. Like I'm surrounded by all this and I've got no one. Do you think that's something to do with the group and because you can't trust anyone?
Yeah, I think to an extent, it's like, it's hard, you know. It's like I came into this last summer, you know, with so much love. I'm a lover.
Yeah.
Like I have so many people in my life that I hold near to my heart, and I treat everybody with respect from day one until you give me a reason to just say bye, Felicia.
Yeah.
And it's not something that happens very easily.
Yeah.
Like my patience is tested and tested and tested until it just disappears.
Yeah.
So with that said, you know, I will confess from my own feelings and my own heart that you don't know who to trust.
Totally.
In this experience, because it is kind of like high school all over again.
Yeah.
And people have alliances, and people are. I don't know. Are they out for themselves? I don't know. You know what I mean? I know I'm not out for myself.
Yeah.
I am looking out for myself as number one, but I care for people. So with that said, I'm not going to throw people under the bus to get what I want. I'm going to get what I want in the way that I do it the right way.
Through working hard.
And I like doing that with a community. I like doing that with an army.
Do you know what's funny? Because when you first walked in, I'm just going to be honest. I was thinking, I like even the first part of the interview, I thought, oh great, he's become another one of the Vanderpump Rules cast. I did find, like, even like 20 minutes ago, I found you to be a bit egotistical in the interview. But I love kind of seeing you now, and I'm seeing that you're not like that. And you,
I mean, I pride myself in being born and raised in like the most hippy dippy city in the world, and it will never change. Not even a reality show will change me.
That's good. I was gonna say, like, do you? Obviously, you don't seem to regret it, but I was gonna ask if you regret doing the show, being on the show, because it kind of brings you back to high school and kind of brings out those cliques. And I don't know, I feel like for me that would really affect me. Like, how are you still happy that you did it?
I don't. I never have regrets. You know, I mean, maybe once or twice in my life. I mean, come on, I've gone through so much in 30 years. But at the end of the day, like, I don't regret it. It's something that I wanted to do willingly with my friends. I was excited to do it with my friends, with my best friend Sheena, and everybody else. And you know, I'm happy I did it. And if there's anything that could change, I just wish I had a little bit more of an opportunity to have a voice. Yeah. Because I have a big voice to share, and it's a great voice. And it's my light has been dimmed, and I don't know how that happened. You know, I don't know if it's something that was conspired amongst my friends. Or, you know, I just am that fucking boring. I just have no idea. I'm honestly flabbergasted. You know, so much stuff that we filmed ended up on the cutting room floor. But if I take it back to filming scenes, especially in the small, tight-knit group settings where it was like Jax's birthday lunch that we had, or the beach scene that was today, where Katie didn't invite me to that, which I thought was really bizarre.
Because they don't show Faith a lot either. Still, we interviewed her and they don't show her a lot. And
which I also like feel like, you know, there's just so many faces to cover this season, and there's so much drama. Obviously, like I get that too, but you know, this isn't the end. We're still 2016, just getting started. Like I have no regrets. I'm happy to have done it, and I hope, you know, we get a bigger opportunity for season 5.
Good, so you're a part of it.
I hope so. I mean, who knows if we're even picked up? I don't know. But, you know, with that said, like, I have so much to say, and I want to be heard this season. And I have my eyes wide open now after this first go around. You know, the thing that was different for me this first time around for my first season was Faith, Lala, and I all came on at the same time. Lala is incredibly, genuinely amazing and down to earth, and I love her to death. Her and I are Virgo sisters for life, and we have each other's backs like no other. But you know, the difference between her and I is she came in with no ties to anybody. I came in with legit relationships with everybody. So I'm not going to stir drama up for no fucking reason. I'm not going to try to sleep with James. You know, there's not another gay on the show, so who am I supposed to fuck?
That's all I was talking about. I was thinking that in my head, like, it's funny because it's obviously very open and, you know, all about gay rights and all about being who you are type thing. But I think part of the reason you haven't made it on the TV is because you are gay. Because like
I do actually.
You
do.
Are you gonna?
I truly think so.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
really
I don't
do.
know if the executives are confused. How do we fit a gay guy into
true.
this formula that's been so successful for 4 seasons? They don't know. I am the gay best friend. I've been that to Sheena.
But I feel like
I've been that to so many
It's
people.
true,
It's like, confide in me.
I feel
think
like-
that's
I feel
where
like
this
that's like-
went wrong. Is instead of confiding in me, a lot of the problems that happened over the summer. You know, the girls banded together again, and they just stuck together, and then I was just left in the dust in the midst of a horrible breakup.
I feel like I don't know. I would think that everybody is seeming to love each other a lot. I mean, actually, that's not really true. Not everybody loves each other, but I would think that they'd want someone different, because I remember Faith saying that Lisa wanted diversity, so they had her on the show, and then also like you're the gay best friend, so wouldn't they want more diversity on the show? That's why I'm kind of surprised that they don't show you that.
I mean,
much.
at the end of the day, like I said, this isn't the end. It could only be the beginning. Who knows?
Yeah.
And if anything, if last summer was anything for me, it was a major learning experience. It's such that I had to learn so much, you know, when I was literally on the ground, you know, with like my heart ripped out of my chest. But I recovered throughout the season of summer, fall, and winter. I feel so much better, and I feel more myself than I've ever felt before. And you know, the thing that's changed through the recovery process is looking back in retrospect in the summer, who was actually there for me. When you go through a breakup, what do you need the most? You need your wingman, you need your wingwoman, you need your best friend, whoever it is, to go out with you and take you out and take your mind off of your heartbreak.
And was that Sheena for you or not?
Absolutely not. You know, absolutely not.
Who was it then?
And I'm not gonna lie here and say that it doesn't take two to tango in a relationship, in a best friendship, or whatever you want to call it, but it does. And I reach out to all my friends quite a bit. I always invite my friends out to go to parties, to go to this, to go to that. You know, after a while, when you don't get a nab, you kind of give up a little bit. You're like, now I'm just being annoying and eager. Like, if you want to come out, maybe you'll reach out and be like, hey, what are you doing? Or how are you? How are you dealing with the breakup? Do you want to go out and grab a drink so we can just find somebody new for you, at least for the night?
Wow, and she supposedly never did that.
But the people that were there for me were Jax, were Brittany, were Faith, Lala, James, Tom, Ariana.
Okay,
I need to get to
question.
Megan, because Megan...
Thank you for that.
But just quickly...
Wait, I need to know though, Jax and James, they hate each other supposedly, but yet you all hang out together?
Like I said, I have my relationships with everybody, and I spent a lot of nights with Jax and Brittany on her own. It was like the Three Stooges. And then me, Faith, Lala, and James are kind of like, we do our own thing.
Okay.
Cool.
And of course, everybody knows with the Watch What Happens Live thing, after that happened, it just put me right in the middle, which sucked. But
Totally.
Wait, so after James and Lala were on Watch What Happens Live?
yeah.
Why were you in the middle?
Just because it really kind of drew a line in the sand of like, the drama kind of hit the fan that night.
The cast was mad at them. The rest of the cast was mad at them.
Yeah, they were just mad at each other. It was just like, they really, like, the blood was boiling. It just was like, enough is enough. Boom shakalaka. The rest is history. You know,
what did that
they
have to
just
do with
hate each
you?
other. Oh, well, because I'm really, really close. I mean, I'm
okay.
in a group chat with the entire primary cast.
Yeah.
Minus Tom and Ariana. And Stassi.
Interesting.
And of course, minus all the newbies as well. So it's like, I feel like they haven't trusted me through this whole summer, fall, and winter that, oh, Jesse's probably running off and telling James and Lala all this stuff. And I think even James for a while had a little ish with me. I think he wasn't sure if he could trust me. And at the end of the day, I just wanted to really just tell everybody, like, what the fuck? Like, I'm my own person. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, but the one thing that I'm not gonna do is run to the other person and tell them what was said. That's not my style. I don't go like that. You guys have enough beef going on. I care about my friendships with you all, and that's that.
Just quickly, I'm wanting to let Megan speak. Poor bitch hasn't spoken for ages.
Megan, come
You're
back.
hot. You're
I know,
like
I'm
Megan,
but I want to
come
say, I don't want you to get, because I feel like because you have revealed a lot about Sheena, saying that she isn't, you know, the best friend that, you know, she was supposed to be. So, Sheena, I just want to say, come and tweet at me, and we've encouraged all of this, and I think she's a fucking bitch. And we
Whoa!
don't like her.
Where did that just come from?
I really do. I really do. I could sense it, but I want to get to Megan because poor Megan has
Oh
been
my
silenced.
It just came out of nowhere.
Yes.
No, I feel like we're getting so much amazing information. I don't really care what happened on the show tonight. Yeah, a lot happened. Whatever.
I don't think it was that
Kristen-
interesting though.
no,
a lot happened, but a lot of nothing.
It was like, okay, here's the thing. Ariana and Tom, let's get to Ariana and Tom fight at the end of the episode. So Ariana is a little pissed off that Kristen did some comedy, is like, I guess, feeling like she's been studying comedy for a long time, says some shit about her behind her back. Jax immediately tells Kristen and Rachel. Kristen confronts them. Nothing was really settled. I don't really think anything is going to come out of it but I did like the Tom said it's the real Kristen, because remember how I was like, we're not going to see old Kristen anymore, and it was like 1 week later I was like, nope, Kristen's back. What did you guys think about that?
Well, I just want Megan to talk. Poor Megan. We were just like so into the conversation with Jessie.
Well, I mean, we're getting so much info from Jessie, but let's just like wrap up. Like, okay, so you were saying like you're not in the group chat with Tom and Ariana, so are they kind of divorced from the whole group right now?
I just think Tom and Ariana are a beautiful couple, and they're living on this amazing paradise island, and I fucking cheer that on 110%.
They're just in the honeymoon
They're just
phase.
doing their thing, and they're so in love with each other, and they're the best couple. They inspired me to be in love again, and I love that.
Aww.
And I wish nothing but the best to them. I really do.
So when people are like, "Oh, Ariana's so negative," like tonight's episode made it look like the entire cast thinks Ariana's so negative. Like, what do you think is happening that makes everyone say that or think that, or it looks like that on the show?
That makes Ariana
look negative.
Look so negative.
Everyone's like, "You're so negative. You're so unhappy."
I just feel like Ariana's like real. Like she's a real chick. Like she's down as fuck, and she's just real. Like I've had a genuine connection with her from day one. Every time I have a night with her or spend a night with her, it's just like we could just play all night. You know, we have the funniest videos together. We have the best inside jokes. She is literally like my little like dark crystal unicorn.
Because they literally don't show the fun side of her.
No, I know.
Ever. It's just her, like, them getting in fights or her just, like, looking really pissed off or bitchy. Like, that's all they show. So for someone that doesn't know her, clearly that's all we see. We're like, oh, she seems like kind of like a bitch.
Yeah, again, you know, everyone's getting edited into something, you know? This season I've been edited into a mute that looks good and fixes his hair every now and then. Nods his head, you know? Which is so not me in real life. But maybe you'll see more next season, who knows? But Ariana, same. It's an edit, and it's morsels of everyone's life, and she's amazing. There's a lot more to her than meets the eye. She's awesome. Go, Ariana.
So the last thing to happen tonight, Jax is basically crying over the fact that he doesn't want to lose his friendships. It's the best thing he has in his life. How is Jax right now, and how are his friendships?
I think he's doing great. Yeah, he's happily in love with Brittany. He has all his friends. You know, they're all around him. They've all banded together. They're happy. It's like the Brady Bunch.
Spoiler fucking alert. Well,
or
guys,
are they?
we're running out of time.
Cursing
No,
You guys are running out of time, so let's just ask Jessie, what's up lately with your projects? The music, the hair, what's the 411?
And whose hair do you do on the show?
I know.
If any.
No more
As a
Sheena.
makeup artist and hairstylist
right?
too, I want to know.
I actually just did Lala's hair for the reunion. We put
Fab.
extensions in her and took her blonde. She looks chic as fuck.
So you went out to New York?
Nice, yeah.
No,
It
it
was
was all
here.
filmed
It
here.
was here.
So she came into my salon, Mesh Salon. We babed her out. She looks amazing.
Nice.
Even in PJs. She looks stunning. So it looks amazing, yeah.
You see, you were right about Lala. From the start, I really liked her as well, but from the start, Justine's like, I can see that she's a good girl.
She's incredible. Like, her and I can definitely say there's a handful of people that I've had heart-to-hearts with in this group of friends, and Lala's one of them. I mean, I missed my flight on the way home to Montana for Christmas, and the connecting flight was in Salt Lake City, which is where she was born and raised. So, naturally, I gave her a ring. She invited me to her house. We stayed up till 6 a.m. Her mom cooked me an incredibly awesome meal, and then her and I just drank and sang, because she sings as well. We have a couple songs coming out in the near future. But we sang and drank until 6 a.m., cried our eyes out, had heart-to-hearts. I mean, that girl, I love her to death. She really
love
has
her.
my back, and
love her.
vice versa.
We have loved her. She is the star of the season.
I got to meet her for like 5 minutes when I went to an event with Faith, but like I didn't really get to like talk to her.
She's incredible. She really is such a good soul.
Yeah, because Faith had a good energy. Because we were talking about when Faith came in, she had an amazing energy. And I think I'm just going to be really honest. I almost feel like I'm going to apologise to you a little bit because when you first came in, I thought you were kind of coming in like, look, he's only on the show for 2 minutes, and he's coming here because he's ego-driven and wants more fame. But I think what you're trying to do is you're trying to make the best of your 5 minutes because you have a true talent and you want to be able to sing.
And it's honestly not even about like getting in the show for my 15 minutes. I have a bunch of other stuff going on. I said yes to do this because all my friends were doing it. Totally. More or less, my best friend, you know, I wanted to be a part of it, and I wanted to do it in such a huge capacity with her. Yeah. And I kind of was left in the dust. You know what? Like, here I am. Like, if this is what it is, this is what it is. C'est la vie, carpe diem. Life goes on. But I don't think it was wasted time. I think it was great. Learned. It was what it was. I learned, and hopefully I get another go around this next coming season because there's so much more to be shown.
Yeah. Now, who asked you to be on the show? Because it's like they ask you to be on it and they don't show you. Like that. I'd be like, what the hell?
I think it was something that like definitely Sheena brought up, and when because you know, like every time it comes around, it's like, who are you hanging out with? Look at the restaurant, and boom, you know. So yeah, thank you, Sheena. Love you so much. Like I have a lot of love for that girl. Definitely, I'm not bad mouthing her by any means. I just, you know, wish things were a little bit different.
So tell the people at home where they can find your music and salon, where your salon's located if they want to go see you.
My single Drunk on You is out right now. It's on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube. It's Drunk on You, Jesse Montana. I'm working on my second single, Patient, which should be out soon. And the remix for Drunk on You, featuring Faith Stowers, is being edited and coming very, very soon with a video as well. So we're really excited about it all. And then Lala and I have a song coming out as well. So
awesome.
Got a lot to look forward to.
Yay! Well, everybody, tell us all where you can find you on social media.
Yes, well, you guys know it's all at Dan Babic, and Dan Babic with the _ on Twitter.
And you can find me on Twitter at Justine DiVanna 3 and on Instagram at Let's Face It with Justine.
And me, the Jesse Montana, on Instagram, Twitter, across the board. It's pretty much the same thing, so I'll see you there.
Fabulous. And you guys can find me, Megan Stecher, on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. It's all at Megan Stecher. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Kanye and Jesse.
Love you so bad.
I will see you all next week for another episode of Vanderpump Rules After Show here on AfterBuzz TV.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.